Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Thursday at noon, 3 and 6 p.m. and again is re-aired later throughout the weekend with the other weekday broadcast replays. Today is April 5th, 2018, and now the news at noon.
According to the Cortez Journal, Danielle Romero Keller, a former substitute employee at Mancos Schools, pleaded guilty last Thursday to making a threat against students and staff on February 23rd. On the morning of February 23rd, the Mancos School District went into lockout mode after 43-year-old Romero Keller, who was finishing her first week as a substitute administrative assistant, reported that someone had called the district office and said, "We are going to kill you all." An investigation by the Mancos Marshal's office showed Romero Keller was the one who called the office from her cell phone just before she reported the threat. On Thursday, she pleaded guilty to the charge of interfering with staff and students at an educational facility, a Class 1 misdemeanor that carries a maximum sentence of 18 months in jail and or a $5,000 fine. During her court appearance, she did not speak much except to her attorney, Ray Randolph, when District Chief Judge Doug Walker asked her to make a plea in the case. She responded in a clear voice that she is pleading guilty. Romero Keller, who also was cited for false reporting to authorities, but that charge was dismissed as part of the plea deal. According to a report by Mancos Marshal Jason Spruill, Romero Keller went to his office on Monday, February 26th, and confessed to making the threat against the schools. She reportedly claimed she feared for her safety after a similar threat was rumored to have been made against the RE1 school district in Cortez and wanted to get all the students and staff out of the school before there was an actual threat to the school.
From the Journal, Durango Herald Photo. The Mesa Verde Museum Association, Mesa Verde National Park, and Durango Area Tourism Office plan to open a Durango-based location selling Mesa Verde cliff dwelling tour tickets and related merchandise. The new MVMA bookstore opens April 9th, with tour ticket sales beginning April 15th at the Durango Welcome Center at 802 Main Avenue in Durango. The Mesa Verde Museum Association has sought a location in Durango for many years, Terry Paul, executive director of the Mesa Verde Museum Association, said in a news release. "We are thrilled to be able to provide this service for visitors and the park." Frank Lockwood, executive director of the Durango Area Tourism Office, said the shop will benefit Mesa Verde, downtown Durango businesses, and tourists. It's estimated that 50,000 tickets will be sold during the first year. "We're thrilled to work with Mesa Verde to enhance visitor itineraries in our region," Lockwood said. "This mutually beneficial partnership will help raise awareness and drive new visitation for both destinations while providing an incredible value-added service to visitors. The new partnership will allow visitors to purchase advanced tickets for popular tours to Cliff Palace, Balcony House, and Longhouse. Tickets can be purchased 2 days in advance at the Durango Welcome Center," he said, enabling visitors to easily obtain tour tickets, especially during peak seasons. Cliff Spencer, Mesa Verde superintendent, added that he was pleased that Mesa Verde tour tickets would be available in Durango. "We're very excited to make Mesa Verde tour tickets available to visitors and residents in the Durango area. I'd like to thank our partners, the Mesa Verde Museum Association and the Durango Area Tourism Office, in making this happen." The Mesa Verde Museum Association is a nonprofit that assists Mesa Verde National Park's heritage by operating park bookstores and special programs. Proceeds from its benefit Mesa Verde National Park. A ticket office for Mesa Verde had closed at the Cortez Welcome Center last fall. The Crow Canyon Center is opening on Friday in that same location in Cortez. To learn more about the Mesa Verde Museum Association, visit mesaverde.org or call 970-529-4445. For more information on the Durango Welcome Center, call 800-525-8855 or visit durango.org.
According to the Cortez Journal, a petition has been filed with the Montezuma County to recall Dolores School Board President D. Prock and School Board member Vangie McCoy. The petition claims that both board members have failed to follow transparency policies and have contributed to a decline in student performance. According to the Montezuma County Clerk Kim Purcell, the two circulators listed on the petition are Amy Lewis and Michael Smith. The petition format was approved on March 27th. Lewis and Smith have 60 days until May 26th to collect the required 335 signatures. This number is based on the last election for that office. The total of 335 signatures represents 40% of ballots cast in that election, according to Purcell. If the circulators receive the required number of signatures, the county has 15 days to verify that the petition signatures are valid and registered voters. If the petition is successful, successor candidate petition formats may be filed with the designated election official on the initial statement of sufficiency or insufficiency, according to Purcell. An election would have to take place no more than 60 days from the date the protest period is concluded.
From the Durango Herald, photos the Herald, Bayfield preschoolers peered curiously at purple cauliflower and munched on kiwi fruit during a recent food exploration class. Pine River Shares volunteer Susan Fisher encouraged students to smell and break apart produce, even if they were dubious about tasting it. Blueberries appeared on their plates last, to the delight of some students. "Why do you think they would make me happy?" Fisher said. "Antioxidants," replied one of the 14 chatty students at Bayfield Early Education Program. "Blueberries are great brain food," Fisher affirmed. Some students left food on their plates, but exposing students' palates to new flavors makes them more likely to eat healthier later, said Pine River Shares coordinator Pam Wilhoit. Preschool food exploration classes in Bayfield and Ignacio are just one of many programs Pine River Shares, a nonprofit, has started to improve the health of residents from Vallecito to Sombrito, New Mexico, Wilhoit said. The work started 5 years ago when residents identified access to affordable, healthful food as a major challenge during a town hall-style meeting. Since then, Pine River Shares has given away thousands of backpacks stuffed with food to school children and food boxes to needy families. But the nonprofit doesn't want to meet short-term needs forever. It wants to create a thriving food-secure community. When the Pine River Valley was food secure, it was because there were so many homesteading people providing enough food for themselves and their neighbors, and that's what we are reaching for again, Wilhoit said. The nonprofit on Sunday will launch Field to Fork, an effort to build a more independent regional food system. A key piece will be encouraging residents to produce 10% of their food locally for purchase or barter. For residents, meeting the 10% goal could mean gardening, hunting, or raising animals. The nonprofit's goal is to sign up 1,400 residents interested in hitting the goal. Long-term, Pine River Shares wants to set up community greenhouses, bring historic orchards back into production, plant food-bearing trees on public property, and set up mobile farmers markets. The nonprofit also wants to set up agricultural processing centers to allow locally produced food to be redistributed locally. Pine River Shares and the Pine River Garden Club are holding a meeting about developing a more independent food system in the Pine River Valley from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Sunday at the Pine River Library. The meeting will focus on growing, processing, marketing, and disposing of food or food-related items in the Pine River Valley. 5 more meetings are planned in Forest Lakes, Arboles, Allison, Vallecito, and Ignacio. Find more information online at pinerivershares.org or by calling 884-6040.
Reported by the Durango Herald, a big financial loss may shorten your life, a new study suggests. Middle-aged Americans who experienced a sudden, large economic blow were more likely to die during the following years than those who didn't. The heightened danger of death after a devastating loss, which researchers called a wealth shock, crossed socioeconomic lines, affecting people no matter how much money they had to start. The analysis of nearly 9,000 people's experiences underscores well-known connections between money and well-being, with prior studies linking lower incomes and rising income inequality with more chronic disease and shorter life expectancy. Overall, wealth shock was tied with a 50% greater risk of dying, although the study couldn't prove a cause and effect connection. The study was published Tuesday in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Researchers analyzed 2 decades of data from the Health and Retirement Study, which checks in every other year with a group of people in their 50s and 60s and keeps track of who dies. About 1 in 4 people in the study had a wealth shock, which researchers defined as a loss of 75% or more in net worth over 2 years. The average loss was about $100,000. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The highlights of the National Weather Outlook, according to AccuWeather, shows the risk of severe thunderstorms and flooding downpours will return to parts of the south, central, and southeastern U.S. spanning Friday and Saturday. A swath of accumulating snow from the Rockies to the Central Plains, Ohio Valley, Appalachians, and Mid-Atlantic coast into this weekend will produce heavy rainfall and locally severe thunderstorms on its warm southern flank. Severe thunderstorms are likely from north-central Texas to northern Louisiana, southeastern Oklahoma, central Arkansas, and northwestern Mississippi. Residents of California are being put on alert for a renewed risk of flooding, mudslides, and travel disruptions through the first part of the weekend. A plume of moisture from the tropical regions of the Pacific Ocean, what they are now naming an atmospheric river, will take aim at northern and central California through Saturday. 1 to 3 inches of rain may target the Sacramento region with risks of urban and flash flooding. Further up the coast, rain and snow mix with gusty strong winds will be the case for Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Regionally, we have both a hazardous weather outlook and a special weather statement out of the National Weather Service from Grand Junction. Very warm and breezy to windy conditions will occur Saturday afternoon ahead of an approaching Pacific storm system that will bring significant moisture to the region Saturday evening through Sunday. Snow levels will start off around 12,000 feet through Saturday night, with snow levels lowering to around 8,000 feet in northwest Colorado by Sunday morning. Significant precipitation is possible with this moisture-laden system, with potential for heavy rain in the valleys and some higher elevation areas and significant snowfall above 10,000 to 12,000 feet. Rain or snow is also possible, which could lead to the potential for localized flooding in some areas. Due to the warm nature of the system, snowfall amounts and snow levels will be tricky to predict. Regardless, significant impacts to travel are possible Saturday evening through Sunday afternoon, especially over the mountains due to heavy rain and or heavy snowfall. Today's outlook temperatures will be above normal this afternoon with passing high clouds. Clouds and showers will increase across northeast Utah and northwest Colorado late this evening ahead of a disturbance set to move through the area tonight through Friday morning we just mentioned. Best snowfall accumulations will favor the northwest Colorado mountains above 9,000 feet from the northern Park Range down to the Elk Mountains. A wave will bring some snow to the northern and central mountains through noon Friday, with the heaviest snow expected during Friday morning commutes, especially over Rabbit Ears and Vail Pass. Scattered light showers will continue Friday afternoon and evening with little additional accumulation expected. A much more potent system will move in over the weekend. This system, for now, looks to bring quite a bit of moisture to the region Saturday evening into Sunday, with mountain snows and valley rains possible. We're hoping for some gentle rain here, but it may be spotty at best. Dry and mild weather returns by Monday for a dry start to the coming work week. Our DCTV 5-day outlook shows today mostly sunny with a high near 63, north-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming southwest in the afternoon. Tonight, isolated showers possible after 5 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 39 degrees. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming east-northeast after midnight. The overnight chance of precipitation is just 20%. Now Friday, isolated showers may occur before noon, mostly cloudy with a high near 64 degrees. South winds 5 to 10 becoming north in the morning. But for now, the chance of precipitation is still holding at 20%. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 40, west-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming southeast after midnight. Saturday, a slight chance of showers between noon and 3 p.m., and then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 71 degrees. And they say breezy, with a southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon, and winds could gust as high as 30. The chance of precipitation is still holding at just the 20% level, but it looks like our best chance for rain is Saturday night. Showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm. Cloudy with a low around 38 degrees, breezy, and a chance of precipitation at 70%. Usually means that we'll get some. Sunday, a chance of rain and snow showers before 11 a.m. and then a chance of rain showers between 11 and noon. Partly sunny with a high near 58 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. Sunday night, it clears out with mostly clear skies and a low around 30. Monday, sunny with a high near 61. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 34. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 69. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 40. And now, back to the news.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, after several months of delays, the Cortez Public Works Department is again preparing to install medians on Main Street. Approved in January 2017, the construction project is part of the city's long-term plan to improve the downtown area by creating raised medians on Main Street, improving crosswalks and sidewalk ramps, and building a crosswalk near the Edith Street intersection at McDonald's. Public Works Director Phil Johnson originally planned to complete construction in fall 2017, but it was delayed until spring when no construction companies bid on the project. Now, Johnson said he hopes to bring construction bids before the City Council on April 24th and start the project in early June. In August, Johnson told the City Council that despite the delay, he hoped to have the median project finished by Memorial Day. But on Wednesday, he said construction had to be put on hold again while the Colorado Department of Transportation, which shares the responsibility for maintaining Main Street as part of U.S. Highway 160, reviewed his department's plans. In order to qualify for the state funding that is covering some of the project's costs, he said the city had to receive several environmental, right-of-way, and safety clearances from CDOT before the construction bidding process could start.
Colorado's CW Hemp just inked a deal to put its cannabidiol-rich extracts in rock and juice locations in California, reported in the Cannabis.co with their photo. A dash of bee pollen, a sprinkle of spirulina, a scoop of pea protein, and a couple of drops of CBD, cannabidiol-rich hemp extracts, are blending in at juice and smoothie bars across the country. Colorado's CW Hemp just inked a deal to sell their high CBD whole plant hemp extracts at California organic vegan food, juice, and smoothie company Rawkin Juice, according to a U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filing made Friday by Rawkin's Miami-based parent company Hip Cuisine, Inc. The arrangement marks the continued expansion of Colorado Springs-based CW Hemp's retail web, which spans 1,000 plus locations, including natural grocers, sports nutrition shops, cannabis dispensaries, chiropractic offices, and juice bars. Hip Cuisine officials are constantly on the lookout for new ingredients or emerging brands that complement the company's focus on healthy foods, said Frank Gillen, Hip Cuisine's administrator. When Gillen started researching the nutritional chart for non-psychoactive CBD, he said he was intrigued by the potential role in the compound that it could play in aiding pain relief and anxiety reduction. It wasn't really the market or the advancement of cannabis legalization laws, Gillen told The Cannabist. It was more the nutritional benefits and research that's being done on what cannabinoids can do as part of your health and nutrition. In late February, when Hip Cuisine initially announced the agreement, officials indicated the extracts would be integrated into its packaged juices as part of the company's health, wellness, and detox plans. Those plans are on temporary hold until some paperwork is in order, Gillen said. In the meantime, Hip Cuisine put the bottles of CW Hemp for sale at Rawkin Juice's location in Burbank, California, with plans to expand that retail presence to other stores, he said. Right now, it's just on the shelf, he said. If the customer then wants to add a shot to their juice, they can do that.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a bison calf has been born at Colorado State University using a process that manually combines an egg and sperm in a laboratory. The Coloradoan reported Monday that the female calf is the first at the university to be conceived through the process called in vitro fertilization. The calf brings the Laramie Foothills Bison Conservation Herd to 44 members. The genetically pure herd has more than quadrupled in size since its November 2015 release at Soapstone Prairie Natural Area and Wreck Mountain Open Space. The animals are related to the Yellowstone National Pack herd, preserving rare American bison genetics. The calf, named IVF1, is 10 months old. Researchers used eggs taken from bison from Yellowstone National Park and fertilized them with bulls from Yellowstone Genetics.
In high school sports, from the Bulldogs of Dove Creek, reported in the Journal. After performing impressively in several non-conference games to begin its season, the Dove Creek baseball team traveled to face Ignacio in its San Juan Basin League opener and lost a hotly contested contest 7-5. The game began positively for the Bulldogs, who scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning and led 4-2 after 3 innings of play. Consecutive 2-run innings by Ignacio in the 4th and the 5th put the Bobcats ahead 6-4, however, and Dove Creek was unable to catch up. Leading the Bulldogs at the plate were junior J.D. Dennison, who registered a hit and 2 RBIs, and freshman Hayden Gray, who smashed 2 doubles and drove in 1 run in 4 at-bats. Other Dove Creek players who recorded hits included Ryan Delano Martinez, Gage Thompson, Kieran Husky, Branson Smith, and Tristan Jarman. Ignacio scored 6 runs total and 2 earned runs off Bulldogs starting pitcher Derek Keibel, who struck out 2 batters over 4 innings of work and was charged with the loss. Sophomore Ty Smith relieved Keibel on the mound and allowed 1 earned run over 2 innings of work and struck out 2 batters. Now 4-5 overall and 0-1 in the San Juan Basin League, Dove Creek will play in Dolores today on April 5th before returning home to face San Juan High School's junior varsity team on April 11th. Woof woof, go Bulldogs.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of March 26th through April 1st. Sheriff's deputies responded to help unlock citizens' vehicles as people are starting to spring clean. They are reporting controlled burns in both city and county. Sheriff's deputies did numerous building checks on local businesses. Deputies follow up on a report of a suspicious vehicle on a county road. That concludes today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings, April 6th through the 8th in Moab, hosted by Outer Bike. Test out all of the latest and greatest bikes on the world-class trails of Moab, Utah. For 3 days, the world's best bike and gear manufacturers will be set up at the Outer Bike Expo site. You can walk through, pick a bike you'd like to try, and take it out for a ride. Repeat as necessary or needed. There are 40-plus miles of connected loops that range from fun and easy to technical and gnarly. Your registration fee buys you access to all the bikes, lunches, shuttled rides, beer, prizes, and entrance to their evening parties. For more info, call 800-845-2453 or go online to outerbike.com or contact the Chili Pepper Bike Shop in Moab. April 5th at the Mancos Public Library, part of a 6-part series of film showings from 7 to 9 p.m., Ken Burns' The West. The West comes to life in this penetrating history that overturns old stereotypes, reveals new personalities, and explores the triumphs and tragedies that make the West the source of some of the most compelling stories in American history. April 6th, something called Pickles and Popcorn Sale, which is actually self-explanatory. At the Dolores Elementary School Friday at noon, popcorn is 25 cents and pickles are 50 cents. It's hosted by Little Bear Parent Info, a private parent-led group to support the youth in Dolores. All of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us by email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call the station 970-677-4119, and we'll be sure to get your news on air.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. on each of those days. The weekday news shows are then replayed throughout the weekend as well.
And be sure to check us out on social media. The Facebook page is DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.